Hello guys, Merlin Don on the mic. Today I'm bringing you Red Yellow Belo Betty. This is a request from our community and you ask, I deliver. So, like in every guide in this channel, we will go through our PDF guide that I created for you guys, and I will tell you what you're searching for when you mulligan, how do you play the defense, the combos that you can make, the odd curve, about the even curve, so you know how to play when you go first, when to go second, how to play, what to do, all the tips and tricks that I know and I can share with you guys. Then we will see the deck list in the simulator and we will go through every card in the game, and then finally we will play in the simulator and we will check 3 matches Belo Betty against Law, Nami and Usopp, the new leader from OP10. So without any further ado guys, let's dive in. Belo Betty, Revolutionary Army, 4 life, 5k leader. Activate main. Once per turn, you discard 1 Revolutionary Army card and then you give 3 of your Revolutionary Army or trigger characters plus 3k power for this turn. One of the colors of Belo Betty is red. What does red in One Piece TCG until now means? It means rush. So you need with this deck to rush your opponent down as fast as possible, guys. This is the way to do it, and this is the way to go, excuse me. And of course, by being half yellow leader, you also have some triggers, right? So when you start the game, what cards are you searching for? The most important cards, the most important first cards that you search is your searcher, Belo Betty. You want to see this card, and especially if you go first. Then Karasu and Emporium Ivankov. Ivankov because when you use your leader's ability, it becomes one 8k character, excuse me, so you can activate the main ability of this card and you can bring for free one other card like Karasu, for example, on the field. And Karasu because when he comes into the play and always when he's attacking, he gives -1 to a character or a leader, so you can instantly give the enemy's leader -1k. He's now 4k leader, so a single swing of a 5k is for him, he needs 2k to counter that. If you hit him with 6k, if you attach only 1 ton to your leader, for example, then he needs 3k to counter that. It's one of the best cards in the game at the moment, Karasu. And Ivankov also, the combination is deadly. Between 1 and 3 ton, you want to play your Belo Betty and your small characters, because even if you don't have the key cards, guys, you need to fill the board with characters. You need to fill this board with characters, right? Then between 4 and 6 tons, you do exactly the same. You just play characters. So Ivankov into something else, or you just pray to hit some triggers when the opponent attacks you, or you play the other Ivankov you search and you play something else, or you play Koala and you play something else. So as you can see, you have always combinations and you try to bring other cards in the game using your cards, right? And between 7 and 8 don, you play your Dragon and your Kid. Kid is a spice that I myself haven't thought about playing this card. But one of our subscribers, and I will put his name here, gave me the idea and I tried that and I find it's okay. At start I was like, okay, 8 cost is like expensive for Belo Betty, because you want to rush the opponent down and you don't afford to spend 8 ton at one card, only if it's a dragon, a rusher, something like that, right? But this card, once this card comes into play, it trashes one life from your opponent, so it does exactly what, for example, a rush card would do, right? If your opponent has 1 life or 2 life or whatever. And then you get also to recycle 1 card from your hand, so you get to search for your missing pieces if you can't finish off your opponent on this turn. Or you can also imagine that your opponent is at 1 life. You can also play this card, trash his remaining life, his last life, and then just go for game, right? Not a bad card to play. You can try it. Believe me, I had fun playing that card. And you will also see it in the simulator in our matches on the end of this video. Exactly, and these 2 are your finishers, your rush cards, your Monkey D. Dragon and your Inazuma. But Inazuma, this is a conditional rush. So only if a character you control, if you have 2 characters other than this character, then he has rush. So it says if a character you control other than this character has a power of 7 or more, then this one gets rush. So you need 2 cards including this character so that this one has rush, right? So if you have 2 characters, if you play the Inazuma and then you first hit your opponent with your other character and your opponent hits, for example, a C-gun and kills your other character, then your Inazuma loses his conditional rush. Just saying. To defend yourself, you have your blocker on the right, your blockers on the right, and your 2Ks on the left. Combinations. So combinations. You use your Ivankov, 4-cost Ivankov. You use your leader's ability, then your Ivankov is now an 8K character and can bring one of these characters in the game. Embori Ivankov, you look the 3 cards of your deck and then you play this card. You play one of these cards for free. And why do you see the Belo Betty here and here and here and here? Because these characters can also get profit after you play them on the next turn. For example, if you play your leader's ability again, you can use their abilities, and we will see about these cards once we go to the simulator. And what is even better is if you play this card and you bring one of these, you haven't used your leader's ability yet. So that means that you can play this card, bring, for example, an Ivankov, use your leader's ability, and with Ivankov you play a Karazu. So for only 5 Don, you play a total of 13 Don value. So you play this into this into this, and of course this gives -1 to your opponent's leader, and then you get even more benefit when you hit your enemy's leader. Koala helps you also play for free one of these characters, and of course once you play Koala you may then use your leader's ability, and then you can also do exactly the same combo, Koala into Embori Ivankov into a Karazu, for example, right? So you can do this combo here, and with this combo you have even more Don, 14 Don value with only 6 Don invested, right? So the odd curve, this is what you prefer, what you always wanna go. You wanna go first. You wanna go first, and you wanna see the Belo Betty, your searcher. Then you wanna play something at your 3 Don, and then at 4 Don you wanna play your Ivankov and bring a Karazu, or play a Karazu, or play an Ivankov and bring something like something else. Or if you don't have anything else, you just play an Ivankov and you buff your other characters. At 7 Don you can also play your Koala or an Ivankov, for example, buff everything that you have. And in every opportunity you have with 2 or more characters, you just use your leader's ability and attack. You attack, 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 and attack. So you want to rush your opponent down. 9 and 10 tone, you just play. I don't think you shouldn't go to the late game, so you shouldn't reach the 10 tone. Your goal is to kill your opponent before he reaches the 10 turn. But if you go to the 9 tone, for example, you play your Monkey D. Dragon or your Useless Captain Kid, and God bless you, I hope that you will win the game until then, or maximum at the next turn, or you're dead. If you go second, you play your Searcher, then between 4 and 6 tone you play these characters here, and you try to combine them. Ivankov into something else, Koala into something else, Ivankov into something else. You get the point. Between 8 and 10 tone, Monkey Dragon uses Captain Kid. So it's pretty straightforward and easy how to play this leader. Is it? So let's see the cards and then we will check that some matches together. Belo Betty, once again, you trust one Revolutionary Army character once per turn and you buff 3 of your characters plus 3k. Huge. In Azuma, if you have another 7k or more character has Raz. Ivankov, if you use your leader's ability and he has more than 7k power, you play one Revo Army character with 5k or more for free, or less, excuse me, for free. Karazu, on play when attacking -1k to one character or your opponent. Koala is a 2k, gives -3. You will, maybe you can combine that with Lindbergh to KO something, but if you ask me, you don't have to. You only occasional is this. It's a 2k or a body on the field. Bartolomeo Kuma, it's not a bad card because you can play it every time and you can KO one opponent character with the power of 2 or less, so you can KO many characters like many blockers, or a Mr. 2 also. Mr. 2 has only 1k, right? So you can KO him with this card. Belo Betty is your Searcher. Morley, this is also a great card. This is a great card, and you will also see it in our games because it's when attacking, if this character gets buffed from your Belo Betty, has 7 power or more, then it ignores the blockers of your opponents, right? Lindbergh, if he's buffed from your leader, then he can KO something with 3k power or less. Ivankov, you search the top 3 and you play one Revo Army with 5k or less. Dragon Racer gives you also 2 rested tones to your leader or a character. Karazu, it's a blocker and trigger. Koala, it's a blocker and you search. You grab your top life and then you play one 4 cost or less Revo Army and you draw a card. Kuma, trigger 2k. Bori Ivankov, activate main once per turn. You give up to 3 of your Revolutionary Army plus 1k power until the end of your turn. And then you put the top card of your life into your hand. So you buff your characters and it's also in 1k. I used 5 copies of it. Feel free also to reduce it to like 2 or even less. I wanted to test this card because it's an OP10 an OP10 card. I don't think that the value that it produces is that great, but it can be useful at some point. So I'm still considering the ratio here. And finally, Eustace Captain Kid. 8 cost. On play, you may raise this character. You trust 1 life from your opponent, and then you recycle if your opponent has 2 or less life cards, you recycle 1 card. So you discard 1 card and you draw 1 card. If you manage to play this card, it's really strong. Again, cheers to the follower that suggested that, so that I can test that. Okay, no, so without any further ado, let's go to some matchups. We will see first again against Law. So here we go first, we have our Belo Betty, we search, we grab a Karazu and we pass. Our opponent searches as well with his searcher. And he plays a blocker. Now we are at 3. We have our Kuma. Our Kuma kills this blocker and we attack him for 6k. He defends himself, but we do have 2 characters on the board and we have 2 Karazus. We have our Ibori Ivankov, we have the other Ivankov that buffs. Now we found yet another Ivankov that plays 2 characters together. So let's see what I decided to do at that point. And I decided to play Karazu here. And I could also play my Ivankov into Karazu. So I see that this is, for example, if you are in a situation like that, just play Ivankov into Karazu. So you populate your board better. I don't remember the thought at this point that I had, why I kept the Ivankov. But okay, so he attacks us now with 2k to our searcher. And I defend that because I also want to stay healthy here. Then he goes 5k to 2k. We take that. He goes 5k to 2k. We take that as well. And then he plays a Law, he bounces back 1 Luffy and he plays another Luffy and he searches and he draws Basil Hawkins. So now we draw a Koala. Is it now time for Ivankov? Let's see. Now it's time for Ivankov and we trash 1 card. So we trash the other Ivankov. We select our Karazu. Our Karazu is the only card here that will be benefited from that, and then we play for free another Karazu. Then we hit him with our first Karazu here, and now it's a 3k leader, so he can't do anything about it. He can't do anything about it. He has to give us his blocker or let's say 2 cards, which he does, and he's now at only 1 life. We are at 3. We have 2 cards in our hand. Both of them are 2Ks. So we are good. We are good at the point at this moment. Now he tries to take this Karazu with only 5k, a 5k hit. I give him a 2k. Then he plays a Law. He heals himself. And he attacks my Karazu with 7k. And now we draw a dragon and it is pretty much over at this point. Because we play our dragon, we play our leader's ability. And now he gives up instantly because he does not have the counter, and we do have like you can see, guys, we do have an 8k hit from our leader, then 8k from Ivankov, then 8k from Karazu, then 12k from Dragon, and his leader, because of Karazu, will be at 4k. 4k. So he can't do anything about it. Let's see now a game against Nami. So Nami goes first. He plays the Nami character that lets him get a card when he's attacking. We play our Searcher and we are happy about it. Now we found an Ivankov, so we can do the combo if we want to. Of course he attacks with his Nami. Put up the speed a little bit. Okay, so it's now our turn. We are at 4 dawn. And now we play our Ivankov. Or first we kill with our leader his Nami. Then we play our Karazu and we don't do anything. I didn't want to trust any revolutionary army yet. So now he has used the Sanji's Pilaf. We play our Ivankov. We play our second Ivankov now. And now we use our leader's ability. We buff 3 characters. Now we use our Ivankov's ability and we bring back the Morley. So with only 5 dawn, guys, this is exactly what I have been telling you. With only 5 dawns we brought 2 more characters, and now we have also buffed 2 other characters, so Karazu and also Belo Betty, the small one. And of course, with the remaining hits, we just hit this Nami, and he's now down on 3 life, and we have a full board ready to smash her down on our next turn. So here you could also argue that we could also defend that, but the thing is that we do buff only 3 characters of ours, right? So we don't really care. Now we play the new how's it called? The new Ivankov. We buff 3 characters. Then we throw a card. We trust a card, and we buff 3 of our characters. And we first attack with Karazu to give also -1k to this Nami. So it's a 9k hit to a 4k. This is huge. This is really huge. He needs like 6k to defend that. Let's go a little bit like that. Yeah. Then 8k from our leader. Then 8k from Morley, then 9k from this, and 7k with Ivankov. And he's now, and now you will also see the Morley. Now he plays 3 blockers and he attacks me. And why this is a bad thing to do? Because now we can put everything that we have in our Morley. So we give him first, we buff him plus 3k, and then we give him everything that we have. And what does he do when he has more than 7k? He ignores all blockers, guys. So you see a situation where our opponent has 3 blockers, and that can't help him at all. Why? Because we can ignore these blockers with Morley. And the last game for today is against Usopp. We go second, he goes first, he plays his Leo. And now we are at and reveal and draw Corrida Colosseum, so he gets a Colosseum and Cavendish. Now we play our Belo Betty, and we do have two of our useless captain kids here. Will we play one of them? Let's see. So Belo Betty, and we draw a Karazu. Unfortunately, we don't have any Ivankov here. Oh, and we just draw an Ivankov here. So, of course, we play our Ivankov, we trust one Lindbergh, and then we play for free our Karazu, and we attack this this Usopp with 5k with our Belo Betty Searcher, and of course also with our big Belo Betty, with our leader. So now he attacks us for 6k, I take, and I always pray to hit some triggers, but I don't. Then he plays our Zoro and he kills our Karazu. At that point I was like a little bit disappointed. And now we do have 6 dons, and I took my life to play Koala, and then for free Ivankov. Unfortunately, we don't have small characters in our hand. If we did, then we could bring 2 of them back, 2 of them for free by using our leader's ability and the 2 Ivankovs that we have. But that's just unfortunate. We do attack, however, with 5k and 5k. I didn't want to trust a card at this point because we don't have many cards, but I wanted to. I want some pressure. So he plays Kyros, and so Rebecca into Kyros, into Cavendish. It looks really good for him right now, right? Let's see if we can turn that around. So we managed to we lose 2 of our characters, we counter 1 hit, and we block another. Now we are at 8 ton, I think, right? Or we are at 7. So first we attack, and he counters that. Then we play our kid. Yeah, we played our kid, and we trust a Luffy. This is great. This is great because we did trust a Luffy. And of course we also recycle. So we recycle a card without a counter, and we drew a 2k counter. This is not bad at all. So this kid, guys, is not bad at all. I'm telling you. So now the first one we counter that, the second one from Cavendish we counter that as well. Third one from Zoro we take that and we use a trigger and bring the Lindbergh into the game. And now we have 2 more 2k counters. So the first one we take that because we have a blocker, right? Unfortunately, we don't hit any counter, and this is now a matter of how does he want to play that. So he plays a Zoro, he trusts my Lindbergh, but he has, and then he goes 9k to my kid, and I counter that. And then he plays a blocker, Okay. So now we have 3 characters, 3 attacks, and he has let's see, 3 cards in his hand. 3 cards, and we have, look how beautiful that is. 11k, and he takes 11k. So we trust 1 card, we buff this koala to 11k, and we have 3 times 11k, guys, and we win that as well. Okay, so even with such a hand, you can also win with Belo Betty, and we manage also to play our kid and trust the life of our opponent. Okay, guys, this was the video for today. I hope that you liked it. I hope that you can also play Belo Betty in OP10. It's a fun deck to play. You can rush your opponent's Tau. It's a rock deck that you can bring in your locals and also in bigger tournaments. Feel free to play with the ratios that you saw. And who knows, you might find a better ratio for the cards than I did. Nevertheless, thank you very much all for watching this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and write me down in the comment section below what you think, and if you have any requests, like this video was also a request. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye guys.